Hello and welcome back to Cinders. Let us continue. Hello there, Mr. Merchant. Hello, Cinders. What brings you to my humble establishment? Oh, I was just around the town again. I thought it'd be nice to drop by. No special reason. I see. You're well enjoying your newly found freedom. Can't deny it. So, how was your day? I'm glad you've asked. Something strange happened that I need to talk about. Well, that or I'll start wondering if I dreamt it. Oh? Did you win the royal lottery? Just as improbable. I actually had a conversation with Gloria. Oh, I'm sorry, what was it? The unreal thing was that you talked with your sister? So, I presume it was something more than just a simple exchange of insults. To be honest, I'm not sure what it was myself, but it was different. We were both speaking, and I think this time she was listening. She also said that I'm free to do what I wish today. Now that's just awkward. Would you like to get some herbs? I'm sure she must be ill. But I'm serious, Tobias. They seem like nothing to you, but believe me, those little things are probably ordinary to normal families. They don't happen in our house. Maybe she sees and understands more than you give her credit for. With all the blindness that comes from her resentment towards you, she'd have to be a complete fool not to realize she can't control you indefinitely. It sounds manipulative and complex. There's a large chance it's exactly what made her, or Carmosa, give me a day off. There's also the slight chance of Gloria just trying to be nice to her sister for a change. Do you think that's even possible? Oh, boss, sir, you wouldn't believe what happened. I have a new task for your old mate, now would you? Gold has a habit of running from me pockets like the cats in heat, and your last payment... Oh, bollocks. Hugh. The pretty bird, eh? Now isn't this a friendly get-together? If I'm the bird, then what does make you? You certainly have a way of appearing out of the blue anywhere I go. First in the woods, then in my own house, and now here. You must be the most popular person in the whole kingdom. You saw us that night. Now aren't you the busybody, you lassie? All I did was put two and two together. You aren't exactly immaculate at this undercover business you've got going on. Also, it's not easy to hide from me. In any case, you came just in time. In time to answer my questions and answer them fully. And candidly. Such terrible words from that pretty mouth. Frankly, Cinders, I'm curious as well. A bit uneasy, but mostly curious. Oh? It's all very simple, really. 2 days ago, you came to our home to talk with Carmosa. I want to know what it was about. But I've told you it's nothing big, lassie. Rumours of me trade, so keep your petticoat on. So all that was. A little gossip for a little coin. Everybody knows that Carmosa smiles only when she learns she can get something for free. What did she pay you? Little Missy's sure curious, and so's the old lady. She's even more curious than she is stingy, so she pays, generously. Very good, my friend. You're more clever than I thought. Finding out what kind of information interests someone like Carmosa. Actually, knowing her in the first place. Say, you never told me how exactly did you meet the Lady Carmosa. Gossip's my trade, and the devil take me if I give anything for free, 'cause some lassie found her lashes. That's all, a trade secret, am I right, boss, sir? She does have a point here, and her question has certainly piqued my curiosity. I reckon the little bird picked something up all right. Tell her. Nasty business, mate. Nasty ambush. Methinks I'll just run for the door now and call it a day. It's been swell talking. Not a step. As a law-abiding subject of the prince, I'm obliged to report any crime or mischief I know of to the captain and his guard. I'm sure Perrollet would be happy to get something solid on you, but suspicious behaviour and conspiracy will have to do. I'm sure it's enough to grant you a lovely night in the dungeon. I can't believe you'd snitch on your old mate, boss, sir. It's business, nothing personal, my friend. Fine, I'll tell you. But only the missy will hear it. Bloody hell, some demon speaks through those red lips. He must take me for a complete fool if I'd let you go alone with her so you can flee. It's all right, Tobias. He won't run, will you, boss? He knows that it would force me to inform the captain, whom I saw just a moment ago right outside the store. Yes, missy. Anything you say? Very well. See, I knew we would come to an agreement sooner or later. Would you like to step outside and tell me everything, my friend? Yes, missy. Lead on. Are you sure about this, Cinders? Don't worry, we're all friends here after all. Alright, let's stop here and talk. Not exactly a hiding place, middle of the town, eh, love? Sure could use some more privacy. I'm not going to give you a chance to escape now. And don't try anything stupid. The captain's right on the other side of the street. Remember that. Oh, fine, you little devil. I'll tell you what I know. Just don't yell if I can't remember all the details. I have a short memory. You've heard my question already. What was the message you brought to Carmosa? A dashing young gentleman like yourself should have no trouble recalling the last few days. Oh, blazing hell, lassie, you and your adder's tongue. Aye, I remember. So I was out in the woods, resting me head on the ground, enjoying the peace and the quiet that only nature can bring. Calm shiver of the lake, away from the wickedness. Don't digress. Of the city. Sleeping like a brat I was. Do you often sleep outdoors? Why were you sleeping by the lake? Now, that's a mighty good question, isn't it, love? Can't say I know the answer, though. I just woke up there. All a magical place, the pond in the woods. My auntie used to tell me stories of... Get back to the topic, will you? But I'm on it. I woke up and I heard voices. Thought 'twas just me auntie's stories of the fair folk, you know. Made of light and wisp and prettier than the finest ladies they are. But they were no wisps. And what happened then? I hid. What else? This head's still up on this neck because it knows when it's time to jump into the bushes. You know what I mean. Who were those people? Ah, an excellent question, Birdie. Me gut tells me you'll love this. 'Twas the noble Captain Perlay he was talking to. The Prince. The Prince was talking with Perlay in the woods? Seems a bit strange, doesn't it? What were they talking about? Oh, some posh problems of the rich folk. Nope, I think that was the only sneeze. Dreadfully sorry about that. Hope I didn't blow out the mic there. Oh, some posh problems of the rich folk. Too much free time's bad for the head. Our future is His Royal Highness kept on whining about wenches of all things. How they're all empty-headed or boring to talk to. The Prince was discussing women? That he was. Very unkingly of him, if you ask me. And foolish too. Who cares if the bird's dumb or dull? That's not what I want from me wenches. Yes, wonderful. Now back to the subject, please. What did they speak of? The captain said something about rules, but I didn't hear that part with my head still spinning and the water shimmering so loud. Don't know what they meant, but the prince was mighty happy and said something about the ball, the grand ball. He's got some idea, that royally empty head of his. I heard it 'cause of them crowns, very bad for the head. Anyway, there was a new idea that he liked. The grand ball. It doesn't sound familiar. That's the excuse they made up so the kings and princes can pick their wenches like vegetables in the market. Only regular folks don't crown the cucumbers they bought as queens. At least not often. So it's a tradition. Yeah, that. They always use that fancy name. It's something doesn't make any sense anymore. So what was the prince's new idea? 'Twas about masks. Masks, making all the lassies wear them. You mean a masked ball? A masquerade? Aye. Didn't know the rich birds are so hard. I don't think it's because of that. Did he say why the masks are important to him? It had something to do with the elders, the families. Lots of lords and ladies wanted to trade their daughters and only one prince. Too much competition's bad for business and tempers. So he's trying to dodge accusations of being biased. Clever. Aye, I knew that. Don't know what's wrong with seeing a nice face though. And what if the bird's got a pimple right between her eyes? Wouldn't notice nothing with masks and such, unless he wants to ogle the curves. Oh, bit on the nasty side, nobles. My auntie told me stories, gossip really, about the shenanigans going on between nobles in the palace. Something to make a confessor blush. Alright, I get the picture. A masked ball, you say? Makes a lot of sense, actually. The prince can pretend he's choosing his bride, judging her more subtle qualities. There's no way any of the houses actually accusing him of favouring one over the other. Who knows? Maybe he isn't really pretending. Perhaps having a choice is really what he wants. Devilishly clever, love. Glad you got the smarts to see through all that. Saved me time having to explain all that to you. Ball for the noble birds. They have a chance, no matter how pimply or horrid. Made me think of Carmosa and her pretty lassies. No, not you. The other wenches. I mean, sisters. Your lovely sisters. Figured the old lady would pay with kingly coin for a rumour like that. That's all there is to it. You satisfied, love? My dear friend, this isn't even half the story I want to hear. You better get to the more juicy stuff right away. That's all there is to it, I swear on my auntie's pimples. Well, I don't think he's got many morals. So let's focus there. It's all fine and beautiful what you've told me, but there are so many things missing, my friend. Like, why is it important for Carmosa that the ball will be a masquerade? But what puzzles me even more is how come you knew it would be interesting for her in the first place? You would have to know her pretty well to figure that. This has something to do with your past, doesn't it? You've been working for her for quite some time, haven't you? Oh, fine, there is one thing. A wee detail, really nothing. Really nothing? I knew this rumour would be a worth lot for the lady, you know. I know her, and I know what she's like. So you did work for her before. What did you do? I might have given her a hand earlier with the ball, love, so she could get in. How? The goose and her ducklings weren't exactly invited. The lady asked me to help them. Help them how? Oh, let's just say it required a bit of quality craftsmanship. You mean you forged invitations for them? Me? Sure I didn't. Me talents knowing folks with talents of their own. Got them invitations from a friend. Reckon the old lady's a bit dim, if she thought nobody had noticed she got in with fake papers. But hey, who is me humble person to doubt a noble lady in her ways of spending money? And that's how you learned how important the ball was for her. So when you heard about the masquerade, you told her about that as well. As you said, she could get into the ball with fake papers, which would risk getting recognised. Not so much as a masked ball, and that's why this information was worth so much to her. Aye, see? It's only a wee job, and only natural this bloke forgot about and all, eh? So this means she could actually be in deep trouble. Incredible. Carmosa ordered a forgery. This could be my chance. Oi, lassie, you even listening? Can I go now? A man can handle only so many stressful events in one day, you realise. This could be my leverage. But, oh, yeah, you can do as you wish. You already helped me out a lot. Oh, Carmosa. Your secrets really are your greatest weakness. Can you imagine? And Carmosa withheld that minor detail from all of us. Who would have thought our friend was such an able business person? He sure gets around. Oh yes, let's just concentrate on the aptitude of the unimportant guy. The big problem, the potential scandal, not going anywhere anyhow. I'm sorry, Cinders, it's just a big surprise for me. As well as information of some consequence. He's just a vagabond, you see, and everyone else recognises him as one. And I've hired him numerous times, always for some minor and menial tasks. And yet here he is, sparkling potential criminal mastermind. Who would have... Tobias, concentrate. What's the subject of this conversation? Oh, this is hard. Not him then? Very good. See, you can do it if you try hard enough. Alright, back to the main point. What do you want to do with this newly acquired information? I have no idea yet. Do you think this could get Carmosa into prison? Is this what you want? I'm not sure yet. I'm just weighing my options. Well, in that case, it definitely could be used against her. But would it suffice? I'm not so sure. Do you think I should try and get her arrested? You should be the one to make this decision, just as it will be your to experience the consequences. Would you succeed? What would happen to the house if you did? Those are just some of the factors you should take into consideration. Take your time to think it over. That actually sounds very wise and not entirely unhelpful. Thank you. I guess I'll go for a walk around the city and think about it. Sounds like a pleasant idea. Would you like some company? Why do I record these at 8 in the morning? It always makes me sleepy for some reason. Thank you, but I think I will stick to your advice. Of course. I suppose you deserve some time to yourself to think and discover what you really want. I'm sorry, I did not want to intrude. By no means. Thank you for your offer, I just want to take a solitary walk, that's all. Well, if you need any support or just, feel like chatting, you know where to find me. Thank you, Tobias. I'll see you soon. It's astonishing what a simple walk can do to one's spirit. If I'm going to miss the freedom to do something, then above all else it's going to be the freedom to wander about wherever I please. When I walk with no specific goal, no destination, I can just switch off and observe my thoughts jumping into their little drawers. With each step I could feel my muscles relaxing. And strolling through the market has its moments too. I saw the most gorgeous shoes. Not that I can ever afford them, they were crazily expensive. I get that they were imported from eastern lands, but at that price they should be made of diamonds and dragon skin. Who buys something like that? I mean, I know I would if I could, but that's beside the point, right? Forget about it. No reason to dwell on such things. I still haven't decided what to do with my newly gained knowledge. Everything about this business screams that I should use it as leverage, but I don't know how, not yet. At least it gives me some space, some secure distance from Carmosa, knowing that I know about one of our precious secrets. It's almost sunset. I should be getting back home. So long, freedom. It was a pleasure. Hope to see you soon. Maybe you could come and visit sometime, or at least write. Back to our residence. Back to the same old. This feels almost like coming back to a prison, and out of my own will. After 2 such wonderful days of freedom, it's depressing I don't need to go back to my ordinary life. There, out in the real world, I can meet amazing people and have actual friends. Here I'm trapped between Carmosa's plots and her poor daughter's bitterness. Sometimes I wonder, what if I were to vanish into the woods? Would anyone notice or care? Maybe that's the answer. Getting lost in the wilderness, befriending an uncivilized but noble tribe of rather short miners, becoming their princess, and spending the rest of my days being adored, praised, and... Oh, get a grip on yourself, Cinders. At least I learned some really interesting things today. Interesting and possibly even dangerous for Carmosa. Maybe it's going to be my wild card in this game. Sometimes I wonder if all families are like mine. Broken, conflicted, and utterly unpleasant. Or is it just a nobility thing? I'm really tired. It's time to go to bed. And tomorrow morning... Oh, I can't wait. It will be your bliss. Meanwhile, at the palace. You have summoned me, my prince. That I did. You must be wondering why I wanted to see you at this hour. Surely you must have guessed it would be about something important. I will have to ask you to make an important decision, and I will not be expecting me to give you your answer right away. My lord, let me explain, Perilou. As you know, we live in a time of transition, and my father's death changed many things. Being so close to our family, you are aware that the old king spent most of his days trying to compromise between extremes, a balance between order and freedom. With little success. Despite his wishes, all his life he remained an autocrat. That is why it is my wish, my vision, to change this kingdom in such ways as to eliminate the need to compromise between freedom and order altogether. In other words, Perilou, I want reforms, but I'm sure you know this. I do, my prince. I have known you long enough to be able to learn about the qualities for your character. I want to give the people a constitution, Perilou. I don't want them to be subjects, I want them to be citizens. I see. This will not make you popular among the nobles, sire. If that's even possible. You are not a king yet, my lord, and there is some unrest amongst the nobles. I won't announce your plans just yet. They make you an easy target. Yes, they do. That's exactly why I need your protection. You already have it. You know I'd give my life serving the crown. I am your sword and shield, my lord. Yes, yes, my friend, I know that. But these are a different kind of enemies that I'm going to face during my reign. I will be giving people more freedom, but that means taking away some of that old precious order. The nobles won't stand for it. They will want my head. They wouldn't dare. Of course not. That would give me a reason to ask for their heads. They will not do anything openly. Do you understand now what I speak of, Perilou? So you want me to spy for you? It is the new battlefield, Captain. The theatre of war of our times. And the crown needs you to be our champion. Champion? But it isn't an honourable war, it's a war of lies. It is a war of discretion and intelligence, qualities I know you possess in abundance, not to mention loyalty. Forgive me, my lord, I don't want to come across as naive. I am simply not accustomed to all the subtleties of ruling. I am surprised. What would you require of me in this new service? You would have to spend more time at court, that much is certain. Keep your eyes and ears open, and of course, socialise much more. You would have to trade those blades of yours for exquisite white gold cutlery, I'm afraid. And maybe do something about this outfit. All those belts. I see. This is not exactly... This isn't... You don't have to decide right away. Also, you do have a choice. I'm not a tyrant, after all. Should you choose to distance yourself from this lovely mess I am planning from the realm, you can leave your current service with honour and retire. Your patrolling duty is purely ceremonial nowadays. The guards have their officers. As it is, your position at court is a matter of empty traditionalism, nothing more. You wouldn't send me away? To where? Oh, I am certain there is some picturesque and lucrative strip of royal land left that I can make you a count of. How about Middle Hollow? Such a quaint little place. You deserve it. That's simple. This is very surprising. It's strange. It's a strange thing to learn that you are not needed. Rubbish, Perilou. The crown needs you. I need you. This is precisely why I am asking you to make your own decision. If I am to rule this realm, I have to learn to make difficult choices, and this is my first. I am not ordering you to become the new Royal Master Spy. I am giving you a choice. Not only because I know you won't make a good agent serving me against your own will, but also because you are my friend, Perilou. If that's the case, I reckon I'd prefer to be just a subject. It will be enough, Captain. Let us not say things we will regret later. Very well, my lord. Will this be all, my prince? Yes, Captain. Give my proposal some thought. I would have your answer within the next few days. Now go. What do you need? Special invitation to get out of bed? Get up! Get up! What time is it? Dawn already. And you need to get up and write this instant. Dawn is not a reason to yell at someone. And I'm not sure it's reason enough to get up so abruptly either. 2 days without supervision and you got lazy already. Where would you be on your own, I wonder? Oh yes, do come in and spill your venom on me. Is there any actual reason for me to wake up at this hour, or is this just a social call on your part? Fine, don't get out of bed and see how it works for you. What do I care? This way it'll be more interesting. Okay, I'm sorry and I'm awake now. Would you please tell me what's going on? Carmosa's back. She wants us to gather in the hall. Okay, I'm wide awake now. You could have begun with that. Well, now you know. She brought a large package with her and she looks like she means business, so hurry up. Oh, she always looks like she means business. I wonder what's in the package, though. What shape was it? Did it... Oh, just stop being nosy and hurry up or we'll both be in trouble. If you were getting dressed instead of asking so many questions, you're already seeing it for yourself. If you didn't stand there, yell at me and stare, I would actually be in a position to get dressed. Fine, I'm leaving. Just hurry up. I'm really sorry. I got here as fast as I... Wait, where's Carmosa? In her study. She said she didn't have time to wait for you forever, and you kept her waiting for quite some time. Oh no, we wouldn't want Carmosa's magnificent plans to be foiled just because of Cinders' laziness, would we? You might rethink your attitude. Mother wants to speak to you. I can't imagine how that's going to be a pleasant experience, considering. She said she wants to speak to me. Why? Well, actually, she wants to speak to each of us. You're just supposed to go first. Great. When I finally get to be the first at something, it's something I don't want. It's like receiving gifts. Good in principle, yet always disappointing in reality. Why would she want to speak to each of us? Why separately? I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, stop complaining, you two. You should hurry up and go, Sophia. Unless you feel the need to make Mother angrier, of course. I'm going. I certainly don't like this. Carmosa seems keen on interrogating us and getting every detail of what happened while she was gone. If you did what you were supposed to, you wouldn't need to be nervous right now. Just a thought. Of course, because everything is fair and honest around here, and I certainly won't get blamed for things I have no control over. I think you do enough on your own not to need any additional blame. Your constant rebelling should get most of Carmosa's attention. And how will Carmosa have an idea about who rebelled and what rebelling actually means, huh? You are not seriously suggesting that I would tell on you, are you? I'm trying so hard to do well here and take care of you two. And Sophia, she wouldn't just stab you in the back like that for no reason, would she now? Well, I certainly do not feel as safe as you describe. Okay, so my sister might be having an interesting idea of fun. True. But I think that we did start some sort of connection, albeit weak. I did notice you two were on better terms. I must admit I was wondering what the change was about. I'm not sure yet, but I certainly hope it's permanent, not to employ to lower my awareness. I like the feeling of having a sister. Oh? I'm so glad you say that. I'm happy that you and Sophia are getting along. Actually, I'm happy she's getting along with anyone. Happy? Why? You hardly ever talk to her yourself. The fact I don't have a good connection with her doesn't mean I can't care. I do wish for her to be happy. I'm glad she's finally able to make friends. I had no idea you cared so much. You're full of surprises. I don't think I need to explain myself. I was just asking, but fine. Let's just wait for Sophia to come out and see what she has to say. Well, it's not like we have many alternatives. I hate waiting. This shouldn't take long. Carmosa's not someone to beat around the bush. True, she's always to the point. No excuses, no diversions, no mercy. Let's just wait. Okay, that seems like a pretty good point to end this video and say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.